Good day, Tigers! In this video presentation, we will show you how do the news article analysis that involves evaluating the content, sources, and context to gain more deeper understanding of the information presented. We will examine the key components of the news articles, including the headlines, body, sources, tone, and bias. By critically assessing these elements, we can assess the quality, accuracy, and potential biases of the articles. This analysis, we will consider the broader implications and relevance of the articles in the current news landscape. We use Google News site to gather relevant articles about the incidents of a grade school's teachers slapping their grade 5 students in Antipolo City. And we choose the Inquirer.net to provide its latest and informative context about the said issues. The incidents of a teacher slapping a student is a distressing and unacceptable event that raises serious concerns about the state of our education systems and well-being children. Example of it was when a grade 5 student in Antipolo City died on Monday, October 2, 11 days after his teachers allegedly pulled his chairs and slapped him in school. Such occurrence not only compromises a child's physical and emotional safety but also questions the professionalism and ethics of the teaching profession. In these video presentations of analyzing news articles, we will discuss the impact of such incidents on students and the broader education community, explore the reasons behind such behavior, and propose measures to prevent future occurrence of the same incident.
Philippine Daily Inquirer is considered as one of the trusted news sources among Filipinos in 2022, with a trust rating of 65% according to Reuters Institute. The Reuters Institute for Study of Journalism is dedicated to exploring the future of journalism worldwide through debate, engagement, and research. They believe in the value of independent journalism, the power of news, and the importance of an informed public. We choose the Inquirer because it has everything we need to develop or conclude our article. Unlike other news sources, we look into other news sources but the information is limited. Because we live in the digital age, we frequently or most people nowadays receive update on what is going on in our country or around the world. As seen on social media, they have an account, much like Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and you may access it for free. The Inquirer is one of them. The Daily Inquirer is undeniably the country's most credible and influenced newspaper, with more than 1 million nationwide readers daily. Not only it is most read among all sections and ages, it is also country's most trusted source of hard-hitting news and countless exposes. Inquirer.net is official news website of Inquirer Group of Companies. Under the IGC umbrella are Philippine Daily Inquirer, Hinge Inquirer Publications, Cebu Daily News, Inquirer Libre, Bandera, Inquirer.net, Inquirer Mobile, Printdown, DZIQ 990 AM Radio Inquirer, Delivery Access Group, and Inquirer Digital Outdoor Media. The website features breaking news 24/7 and the latest on issue and current event. The website features breaking news 24/7 and the latest on issue and current event. The website also highlights compiling commentaries on politics, entertainment, sports, lifestyle, business, and technology, as well as stories around the world relevant to all Filipinos overseas. Inquirer.net offers multimedia feature, easy access channel navigation, strong social media presence, and numerous engagement platforms that allow the readers to experience content anytime, anywhere, and always.
In this section of article, which is headline,
It is already shown the main issue of the subject, which is about a teacher slapping her student. The statement provides punctual information about the event. The statement above mentioned that the teacher has just been accused from slap grade 5 students who died days later after the incident and was suspended from 90 days DepEd and investigations has been started against the teacher. The TDC, Teacher Digital Coalition, is now trying to tell public not to make a premature judgment again. The alleged teacher saying that the suffering from a public humiliation and stress. In our perspective, there is potential bias regarding TDC move to cover the teacher. While it can be said that they are only doing their job, different opinion and criticism rise from the general public. The body of this article provides information about the event surrounding the death of the 14 years old student. It covered his visit of location media center due to the pain he was suffering in his head, as well as aversion problem and violation. It also mentioned him being confronted by his teacher and then suddenly his suffering led to the coma, eventually lead to his tragic death. Furthermore, the mention that autopsy result will be released by the Philippine National Police Forensic Group. This fact provides complete overview about the situation. This statement provides other information about the conquest of action not because the controversy that follows the student death. However, the statement appears to accept a viewpoint particularly in advocating from the importance of confidentiality and due process while acknowledging the necessity of disciplinary measure when a teacher is found guilty of abuse. While the statement mentioned challenge faced by accused teacher, it does not explicitly discuss the perspective of a student or the victim of child abuse. Potential bias may exist depend on the overall context of the source. Against of a perspective. In summary, the statement conveys information and opinion about the challenge faced by the teacher accused of child abuse and the importance of confidentially due process and disciplinary measure to evaluate its reliability and potential bias. It is important to define the source and consider the broad text which is statement presents. The last part of this article concludes that there might be someone others cause of Gumiki deaths. It leads to unjustified reason to put the teacher in jail, but rather receive the disciplinary action like the suspension that can possible force her to resign.
Impact and considerations. The act of a teacher slapping a student has far-reaching consequences, especially when it was too serious that can lead to death. Physical violence has no place in educational environment and should never be tolerated. Moreover, the emotional scars from the death of Francis J. Gumiki last a lifetime, potentially hindering the other students' ability to trust teachers and engage effectively in the learning process. Beyond the victim, such actions create a culture of fear and silence within the classroom. Other students may become afraid to speak out or question their teachers, inhibiting their educational growth. The trust between the educators and students, which is crucial for effective learning, is eroded when incidents like these occur. While, to address the issue of the teachers resorting to violence, it is essential to understand the underlying reasons behind such behavior. Factors that may contribute to a teacher resorting to a physical discipline could include stress, frustration, inadequate training, a lack of classroom management skills, or personal issues. However, these factors, while contributing to the problem, do not excuse or justify the behavior. Some people commented that maybe the victim suffers from other sickness that can lead to its sudden coma and death. However, most netizens from Facebook wanted the teacher to face disciplinary measures such as dismissal, from service, and some other proves their child also suffer from the teacher's violent acts. They also suggest that teachers should receive training in classroom, conflict resolution, and stress management to better handling challenging situations without resorting to violence. This incident also served as a stark reminder of a potential harm that can be inflicted upon students when disciplinary crosses the line into physical aggression. Even though there is no further evidence that the act was the main reason of the hemorrhage, such acts must not be tolerated. On the other hand, there are some effective alternative discipline strategies that can foster a positive learning environment. This includes positive reinforcement, conflict resolution, and open communication. Embracing these methods not only cultivates a more respectful and inclusive classroom culture, but also equips students with crucial life skills. Conclusion. As we conclude all the information, we found out that this latest issue between a teacher and student creates such an impact on how viewers create and understand different perspectives, opinions, judgment, and participate on what happened. That make it well controversial. Most of them seek justice for the victim. Some of them questions the investigation and laboratory operations like autopsy of his corpse. However, there are still some lack of information we've noticed, and somehow it was some kind of unfair to the derived family as the authorities announced that the teacher were just facing a 90-day suspension after what happened. There were also lack of interview report about the comment of the teacher and the victim's family. Lack of further investigation report was also noticed. As for media literacy and critical thinking, it have far-reaching implications for individuals and society as a whole. Media literacy and critical thinking skills help individuals discern between credible and unreliable sources of information. This is essential in an age of fake news and disinformation. They are also less likely to be manipulated or misled or biased by misleading media. They can make informed decisions about their beliefs and actions. In democratic societies, an informed and critical citizenry is essential. Media literacy helps citizens engage more meaningfully in a political process. And just like what happened to the teacher, she was protected and not proven guilty about the victim's cause of death. But she was now under 90-day suspension. Media outlets that consistently produce accurate and well-researched content are likely to build a positive reputation and attract a discerning and informed audience. In summary, media literacy and critical thinking in news article analysis support the pillars of responsible journalism, help citizens make more informed choices in their news consumption, and contribute to a healthier and more vibrant media landscape. Even though the family did not have the justice they wanted immediately, through the help of media, its well-researched content, and some viewers, they got an opportunity to inform the public about what happened. The family gained support against physical, verbal, and emotional abuse to avoid same incidents.